What's up, guys? We are back. I hope you all had an awesome Christmas and an awesome New Year's. It is now 2020 and we have a lot of stuff planned for this year. Sorry we were gone for, about almost 2 weeks, but Emilio went to Florida for family and vacation stuff for the holidays, and I just decided to take some time off because yeah, they were all gone, so I didn't want to try to force content out and stuff like that, and that's what it was starting to become. So sorry we were gone. Nothing happened to us, but we just took some time off for the holidays. I was here a bit during the holidays though. Regardless, I was here with Todd. He was helping me out a little bit on some things with the MR2s. So we were working on the red MR2 a bit. I got the exhaust ran on this thing. I just didn't film any of it. Yeah, I got that all done. And then I had to redo the boost pipe because it came up through like this center section right here. And I needed that space for the exhaust. So now the boost pipe does kind of hang low right there, but that's just how it's gonna have to be for right now. But I was really happy with how the exhaust came out. But yeah, that shouldn't be an issue at all. Exhaust is ran and we got it to fire up and it does run and drive. Just needs a little bit more work. We got the coolant stuff on it kind of done. We need a way to fully top it off though. But the red MR2 is very close. And we also found out some things on the white MR2. When we got back from IFO, we ended up having to change out the whole rocker assembly because our lashes were too tight. And this was actually pretty bad. I'm glad we caught this because if you guys can see right here, we're actually completely missing this roller on that guy right there. See, it should look like this with a roller right here. That guy is completely gone, and there's a whole bunch of little pins inside of there that makes a bearing right here, and that is completely gone. You can even see it started eating into the side of it right here, and there's a little heat mark right there. I should film this on the other camera so you could get a better view of it, but that is completely gone. So this valve pretty much wasn't even doing anything whenever that let go. And then we also found right here, if you see, this one is cracked right along there, and same with this guy right next to it. They're not supposed to have lines in them like that, and you can see there's a whole bunch of wear on the rollers. So that means when we went to the first IFO, we had way too much tension on these somehow, because we did the lash before, but something just got out of whack on those. And when we got back, it only had 60 PSI in one of the cylinders, because it was actually this number 4 cylinder, because it was so tight. This might be number 1 actually, but whichever one this one is right here on the end, these were so tight that they were actually hanging the valves open, and we had almost no compression in this cylinder. When you go to turn it over, you could hear it. It'd be like and it ran like crap. And even on the last pass in Las Vegas, you could hear the car was like running on 3 cylinders, and the car still managed to trap 158 even with the valve train being all out of whack, which is pretty crazy. But really glad we caught it. So we ended up getting a whole new assembly from our buddy Morgan. He used to be all into K-Series, he still is, but he had some leftover K-Series parts and gave us a whole nother rocker assembly. We already got it swapped out on the white MR2, and all we have to do now is just put the coils in and finish tightening the valve cover, and it's ready to go. But we had to pull the tensioner off, the chain and everything. We had to tear it down pretty good to get all this stuff changed out, take the cams out and everything. But that's done and ready to go. We're also going to be changing out the radials on the white MR2. We're going to be switching to a full drag slick. So these were working really good. Went a 9.2 on these guys, and we were getting some decent 60 foots, but I would like to try a slick on this car because I think it's really going to hook up with those. And that's, I think, where the wheelies are going to get really kind of scary and might be out of hand, is with a slick. But we're going to send it and put a slick on the MR2. I was going to get another set of wheels to do this, so I could just swap wheels over with the other tires if the slicks are a little too gnarly for us, but didn't have time to get a new set of wheels. So what we're going to do is take these guys off, and in this box right here we have a brand new set of slicks from M&H, and we are going to be swapping these slicks onto these wheels, and we're just going to send it with those. And then the car should be ready to go after that. We didn't get the strain gauge and stuff hooked up yet either, but we're just gonna send it. The car was running good, and with how busy we were over the holidays and stuff, just didn't really have time to work on the car. And this next IFO came up really fast. It's on the 5th, and we're gonna be leaving tomorrow to go to it. So
with the slicks, it should run at 8.
It should.
I mean, it was close.
Well, with the slicks and all the valves working.
Yeah, because it ran a 9.2 like that.
Dude, it was. And
it had issues the whole time.
I was about to not even run it the last pass because it sounded so bad.
Yeah,
it was literally, it was on 3 cylinders, guys. And then I think once the boost started to kick in and the air was being shoved into the hole, it made enough compression to, light the fuel and stuff. But I mean, it was rough, but it still went 158. Its fastest trap was on that last pass, and that's because Brent turned it up a little bit more too.
It's crazy how much it's like working, you know. And later on, I think we should put these on and run an 8, just because we're so close.
Yeah, I think it can do it on these, but I'm still just trying to figure the car out, and I'm really curious to see what this thing will do with a slick.
I wanna see it too, man.
So we just got to dial this chassis in, and then we can, you know, get the strain gauge all sorted out and just get her to eat. But another thing you guys were mentioning in the comments, like, oh, why is it not going faster? It makes 1100 horsepower. We turned it way down for the track, guys, because our duty cycle on the solenoid is hardly anything. Brent said it's like maybe 30 or 40%, and it doesn't even start working until like 30% on the map. But we had the car turned way down, and we can definitely keep going up with it. But I just want to get the car dialed in before we start trying to go like 165 and up with this car, like 170, because that's getting really fast. And I'm just making sure the car's stable. I like to do it in steps. I'm not just going to go balls to the wall first pass, even though I said I was a long time ago. For the car only being out at the track like 3 times total, and it's already gone 9.2s, I really can't complain. The car is definitely working really good.
It's consistent,
and it's
9.3s and
deep
then,
9s.
Yeah, deep 9s. So.
And it's been very consistent with all this stuff like messed up. Like, we're gonna also have to pull the pan off today to look for the shattered remains of that guy right there, because that is not good. This valve literally wasn't even doing anything. When we pulled the valve cover off, you could grab this and it would just like go like this. It just flop. And these are supposed to be really, you know, nice and tight to the valve. This whole thing just had, you could fit the whole feeler gauge under that. The valve was not doing anything. Remember those in there. We're gonna forget about those.
They won't.
All right, we got our new slicks right here. Got the M&H's for racing only.
That's all we do.
Yep, so we're gonna get these guys mounted on our wheels, and then we'll be good to go on those. I'm not sure how long they're gonna take. We have to go drop off some stuff, so we're just gonna leave this here and come back and pick it up. But yeah, that's those. And then we'll get those on the car today, and then we still need to fire up the white MR2 because we haven't started it since we got the valve train and stuff fixed. So we're gonna get those on there, and we'll go back, get it fired up, make sure everything's running good, make sure she's ready to go for tomorrow. All right, so we just got the slicks dropped off, and we came back to the shop real quick while that is getting done, and we got everything buttoned up on the white MR2. So we had all this stuff apart, but she is all back together, and we are going to fire this thing up real quick just to make sure that everything is running correctly. And now, when you crank this thing over here and hold this, it actually sounds normal. It sounds like it has compression in all 4 holes. Now it sounds normal. Before it was like da 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 da.
Yeah, I was struggling to turn
Now it
over.
sounds normal. MR2's ready to go. Sounds like she's running good. Well, MR2 sounds like it's ready to go. We still have some stuff to do to it tomorrow. Want to give it a fresh oil change and also pull the pan because there's probably some debris from that rocker in there. So we don't want to run it for too long because we don't want that to get stuck in the pickup or anything. Even though it's all filtered, it wouldn't really matter. But yeah, I don't want to drive around with that. Yeah, double check, pull the pan off, get any metal that's in there out of that, and then we'll get the slicks on because we're waiting on those. We'll get those thrown on there, and then the MR2 will be as ready as it will ever be. Because we could have been way more ready, but yeah, we didn't have much time. So yep, we'll get the slicks on there, motor's running good, and we'll be ready to race. All right, we just got our new slicks all mounted up for the MR2. We got the M&H's. These are a 26 by 8.5 by 15, or 8.5, 26, 15. So these are 8.5 wide. We could probably go a little wider later on if we need to, but I didn't want to start off with nothing too crazy, and I think 8.5 will be plenty. And yeah, these are also a lot lighter than the radials, even just those 2 radials in the box. They're freaking heavy. And I think these are technically a little taller than the radials, just ever so slightly. And then slick will also, you know, expand as we're going faster. But yeah, we're gonna try these things out and see how they do.
They look a little thinner than the other ones too, so it might fit a little better.
They look really good.
Yeah, they do.
Don't forget, the lug nuts out in here.
Oh, you didn't forget, bro.
Nope.
Just like that, she's in full drag mode now.
Yep.
Just change of the tire.
Full race car. Got a slick on there. We left the radials in 2019. 2020. New year, new tires. New record, hopefully.
New wheelies. A little higher.
Yeah, hopefully not too high. Because sometimes you can get too high.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get out of your comfort zone when you get too high, if you know what I mean.
Out of your skin, huh? I hear you, man.
You know, you get the front end too high and you're just like, oh man.
You're in the clouds,
this would be
bro.
cool if I was like not as high.
Yeah.
I'm a little too high right now.
Hey, but sometimes when you're up there, you know, you can't come down
when
as
you're
easy.
up there, there's nothing you can do but accept it.
Go along for the ride.
Get our broom out of the way.
Oh man.
It's actually one of the OG paint rollers when we first painted that wall.
Yeah, I remember you painted just a little section, and you're like, "Screw that!" Got the got the paint gun.
I was like, that's gonna take way too long. No, we did the whole bottom half from the red down.
Oh yeah.
We did all that, and then I was like,
That's too much.
Well, we just got the slicks on. She's looking good, and now all we have to do is an oil change and make sure there's nothing in the pan tomorrow, and she'll be ready to go and get her loaded up.
Pack everything up. Leave by tomorrow night.
Yep. See if we can't put this thing in the 8s if we get a good front half, and hopefully it doesn't wheelie like crazy. But I'm pretty excited.
It's gonna wheelie.
Got a real tire on there now.
It's gonna wheelie, but just I don't know, man. Looking for better 60 foots.
Yeah, if we could get like a 1.4, that's all it needs. Even a good 1.5.
1.5.
There's a 1.57.
1.57.
Even that I think could do it.
Yeah.
A 1.5 with the power back up, it'll do an 8. But
yeah, if it did just a 1.5, like a high 1.5, it'll still.
yeah, we did. The 9.2 was a high 1.6 on the radials. So we shall see, guys. MR2's about to go to Arizona. We're already back on the road. It's the same amount of driving as when we went to Vegas. It's another 16-hour drive.
Yeah. We're getting used to it now.
Yep. And we'll update you guys more about what we got going on tomorrow, because Roman's not going to be able to come with us. We actually are bringing someone else because he's busy with stuff.
Special guest.
Yeah, we'll show that tomorrow. But yeah, MR2's ready. Is the bully going to make it?
I don't know.
Don't know.
It's kind of scary.
Still need some axles.
Yep, still waiting for the axle stuff to arrive. 50-50 shot tomorrow.
They're supposed to be here tomorrow.
Supposed to. We'll see.
When are we supposed to leave?
Tomorrow.
But
I've been trying. I jumped on it right when we got back from Vegas, but everything had to be custom made, and then a couple of holidays shut the world down.
Yeah, Christmas and New Year's were right in the middle of the week, both on
It
Wednesdays.
was tough. It's been tough to get stuff.
Yeah, but you're going to bring the cold truck regardless.
Yep.
In case you can't get the bully
if
done.
this doesn't go, I'm going to go with the truck, and we're still going to have a blast. Because we got something special coming back from there, too, so it'll be cool.
Some all-motor things.
Yep, all those things.
That should be cool, but I hope it comes, because I was saying, well, I didn't say what else we're bringing tomorrow. I mean, they'll probably guess, but at this point after I say this, but it'd be cool because all the cars we're bringing are on the twin turbos.
All of them would be
So
on twin turbos. That'd be cool.
It would be sick.
Super cool.
Especially if they all like went their first 8s out there at the same time or something.
Yeah, wouldn't that be fun?
That would be sick. But
That'd be awesome. And it's totally possible.
it is possible. Hopefully they come on time.
Yep. We'll see.
But we'll be there either way.
We will.
IFO, Tucson, Arizona,
Yep.
this weekend.
Yep. Pretty cool.
What's the actual day? It's on the 5th, right?
5th. Yep. On the 5th.
On the 5th, guys, we'll be there. If any of you are out in Arizona, come hang out.
Yeah. Be there. Be square.
Yeah. Well, guys, we're getting out of here for tonight. We have some things to do to the white MR2 tomorrow to get it ready for IFO. But once that's done, we're going to get it loaded up and be on our way tomorrow night probably. And then the event is on the 5th. So if you're in the area, be sure to come out. And yeah, I wanted to make this video as well just to let you guys know that no one is dead, no one is in jail, nothing happened to us. Just decided to take a break over the holidays. And especially with Emilio and a lot of other people being gone, I was definitely starting to get stressed out and kind of burnt out on making videos. As you guys probably saw in that last video about the red MR2, I was just kind of stressing about getting content out. And then I was like, you know what, I need to take a step back and just chill, like take a good week or so off and just kind of gather my thoughts and come back stronger than ever. So I'm hoping 2020 will be really good for us, and I cannot thank you guys enough for everything so far that's built up to this point. 2019 was crazy. I mean, just to think, we were just moving into this shop about a year ago, and you know, Brent was really struggling. He had nowhere to go, and then you know, we all just came together, moved into this place, started renovating it. I know you guys still want to see some more renovations on the shop later, see the upstairs updates. We will be getting into that hopefully more this year as well. There's reasons why we didn't, which I'll explain, because I'm also still not 100% sure on everything, but we should be getting back into renovating the shop because there's still some more things I want to get done in the back room over there. But I mean, yeah, we hardly even had this shop a year ago. The MR2 wasn't even a thing. A lot of the cars weren't even a thing, the Grinch, and we didn't even have the Prelude until this year. That was nothing. So much has happened in this year, which is crazy. But we do have a lot of stuff planned for 2020. I do want to get the Prelude back up and going. I have stuff for it. I want to get the hatch back up and going. I have big plans for the hatch, big plans for the Rowdesy, and we also have big plans for Hondru as well, for everyone asking. And yeah, the shop and go-kart. Just try to get them all up and working for 2020 and just keep building what we're building and going from there. I really don't have too much else to say. Like I said, can't appreciate you guys enough for watching, and thank you all for being patient. But the videos will be coming soon. I mean, we're jumping right into a race this weekend, guys. So the MR2 might do good, you know, or it might not. Whatever happens, happens. Hoping for a personal best in the car, hoping we can get her in the 8s. But you know, either way, we'll push through it. And this break was definitely good for me. Helped me kind of gather my thoughts and just calm down for a second. And even though I did kind of take a break, it was really only from editing and filming. I was still actually here every day, even on Christmas, working on the red MR2, just getting the exhaust ran and trying to button it up and get it running and driving, which it does technically run and drive right now. Just didn't show it yet because it's not really, you know, fully all there. There's no point to run it just yet, but it does pull in and out of the shop under its own power, which is good. That's one small step. But yes, thank you guys for sticking around. I don't want to keep dragging this out. We'll see you guys tomorrow for sure. This time I'm not going to disappear for another week or two, but yeah, thank you guys for everything you've done so far, and we'll just do our best to keep making content for you guys and keep pushing. So we'll see you guys tomorrow.